Hello and welcome to another God is a Geek Let's Play video. I'm God is a Geek's Deputy Editor Martin Baker, and as you can see, today we're going to have a look at the free-to-play Steam third-person shooter Loadout. Now, as I said, it's a free-to-play game, so obviously you won't be paying anything except for the customization options. So in the bottom right-hand corner you can see the current boost that you've got. So mine's an XP boost at the moment, 2 times XP boost for 7 days. The next one is the in-game currency that I can't quite recall what it's called, but we'll look at that in a second. That's the in-game currency that you can earn by doing the matches and things like that. And then the next to it is the one that I do recall is the space bucks, which at the moment I have 309, and these are the in-game. These are the currency that you'll be buying with real-world money, but you don't use those for weapons. The developers, Edge of Reality, pride themselves on you will never have to spend real-world money to upgrade weapons. The only thing you'll spend on upgrading your weapons is the money, the currency that you'll earn by playing the game. So anybody that you see that has a better weapon than you, it's because they played for longer, not because they have more money. So we'll show you what spacebooks are for in a second, but first, the main point of Loadout is customizing your own weapons. So if we go into weapon crafting, you can see that I have 2 weapons, one called Web Slinger and one called the 1%. I have no idea where those names came from, but I needed a second weapon for my loadout, so that's the names that I picked up on. So we'll show you how to create a weapon. We'll create a new one. You can see all these slots that unlock at different levels as you progress through the game, but we'll create a new weapon. So we'll, since I'm doing a God is a Geek Let's Play video, we'll call it God is a Geek. So you name your weapon, and then you're given the weapon loadout. 9 out of 10 moms recommend God is a Geek. Good, I like that. So there are 4 types of weapons. There's the rifle, the launcher, which we just saw, the pulse, and the beam. I like the beam weapon, so we'll go for that. But you can see all the the stats and stuff underneath it and how it changes if you mouse over them. So if you click on one, you select it. If you mouse over the other ones, it shows you the difference based on your current selection. So we'll go for beam at the moment. We'll get rid of that. So we'll pick that, and then you can change all these different options. Now, our bloops, that's what the thing's called. Should remember that. The blue, so bloots. As you can see, these ones I haven't unlocked yet because I unlocked by by leveling up, and then you unlock them. I'll show you the tech tree later, but you unlock these to use at a later date. These are the ones that I can add, so you can see how adding them changes the weapon, but they'll cost bloops. So at the moment I have 7,016 bloops, so I could add dampening or aluminium. Let's have a look. What do any of these do? They're standard, based on standard. We'll have the dampening. Sod it. We'll have that. In fact, I'll just spend loads of stuff. What else can we have? Bioscanner. What does that do? Medical diagnostic tool that allows you to see the health of friendly and enemy players when using the scope. Sounds cool. So we'll have that. Why not? So you can see how each of them change the look of the weapon. You can move the weapon around, see how it looks from all different angles, which is kind of cool, especially if you're modifying it yourself. So we'll have the bioscanner. How much have we spent so far? 3,040. So what else can we have? Sniper, obviously dramatically drops the rate of fire, but I kind of like the idea of having that though. I haven't created a sniper weapon, so we'll have that. And how much have I still got some bloops left? So we'll have that. Trigger. Can I afford that? I can't afford that. I can have full auto though, so let me see if any of these are actually making a big visual difference. I like the semi-auto. I like the idea of having semi-auto sniper rifle, so we'll have that. What cooling can we have? Can I afford that? I can't even afford that, so I might as well stick with standard. But you can see how everything that you do changes the weapon. The whole point of the game is weapon customization. So this is now the God is a Geek weapon. This is fully customized. So we'll standard, and then we'll say, actually before we save it, we can test it out. So we can go into like a gun range and see what the gun looks and feels like against other players. So this is my character. and eventually some enemies will pop up that we can shoot against. There we are, there's one popped up there. So you can see how the weapon is working. I have to wait for the cooldown now. But you can see the bio scanner thing. I can see all the health of the enemies as well. I can't. It's not fully automatic, so I can't do that. So I have to kind of pick and choose my my shots. You can see as well one of the funny aspects of Loadout is you can see how much health they've got left by just looking at them. Like, he's got no head left, so he's clearly on low health. Let's see if I can like chop one of the people's. What happens if I shoot their legs? There we go. You can see. So it's got you know the body's deformed based on where they've been shot and everything. So it's kind of humorous. You can see, yeah, the insides. One more shot left. There we go. So we've pretty much tested the God is a Geek weapon. It looks quite fine. It's handling not bad. Could do with maybe swapping out maybe for a fully automatic, but you know, I'm not going to do that right now. So we'll press escape and return to weapon crafting. So that's the God is a Geek weapon. It seems quite fine. So we'll save that and spend our money. Adds up everything, remaining blue, it's okay, yep, so we'll purchase that and it saves us to our character, so that's now our weapon. Not currently in the loadout. You want to go to loadout editor now? Yes, we'll go to loadout editor and I'll show the loadout editor. So at the moment I have the web slinger and the 1% in my loadouts. As you can see, you can unlock more you can unlock more loadout slots. If you want to just quickly change between them, you can click the little ellipses thing to rename them. So you can have you can name the different loadouts based on different things. You can choose the character that you want in this particular loadout. So you can have the preset ones or the one that I created myself. We'll swap out the 1% with our new sniper rifle that we created. Where's the God is a Geek sniper rifle? There you are. So this loadout now has that. You see all the different grenades, different like object items that you can use in the game. You know, by unlocking them and buying them in the store and things like that. So we'll keep it on hand grenade for the moment, since that's all I have. Outfitter is where you can create your own, you know, your new character or customize your old character. This is where you spend the space bucks by customizing your character. So I've got my character, and if I wanted to, you know, add beards, you can see the shopping bag icon has changed to a yellow one instead of the blue one for the bloops. So this is where you'll go and where you're going to spend your 300. Well, I've got 309, or however many you want to spend of your real world money. So this is the only place where you'll be spending them in order to upgrade the upgrade the appearance of your character. There's a couple of nice taunts there. There's some funny ones as well. What else can we have? We can have one of them is the Carlton dance from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Is that 80s dance? There we go. Carlton dance. Nice. So I've also got, get rid of that. So there's the locker. This is your personal statistics. You can see that I'm level 2 at the moment. I haven't played that many games. Almost level 3. You can see how many kills and all, you know, all the basic statistics that you're going to need to know for anything really. You can pick your avatar. You can buy more avatars in this section. Again, using the real world money to buy the space books to buy the new avatars. And the last, I mean, there's the store as well, which we'll have a quick look at. But the last major section of the game is the tech tree, which is where by using certain things you'll be able to, you know, upgrade your items. So you can see that I've been using beam weapons more often, and I've used equipment a couple of times. But this will all, the percentage will increase as you use that particular weapon, and this is where you'll unlock different ammo types and different, you know, go down the tech tree like you do in any tree in any game. So you can go down everything, you know, make everything whatever you want, really. You can unlock the different things that you're going to want for different weapons and make exactly the weapon that you're going to want. So that's the tech tree, and the star is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. There's the XP and loot boosts, so you can generate more loots and things like that. There's your gun slots, and you know, there's all the usual stuff that you expect to see from a star for a free-to-play game. But what we really care about is the in-game stuff. So there's the multiple game modes, with casual versus humans instead of ranked stuff. So we'll go on that, find a match, and once matchmaking is initiated, you can, as it says here, hey bro, you can multitask. So you can, while it's looking for a match, you can, you know, sort out your loadout, look at your outfitter and all the normal stuff while it's still looking for a match up here. So you can, you know, the first thing you could do when you first start the game is go into the match thing, start finding a match, and then do all your loadout stuff. So, found a match. Are you ready to join? Yes. So it's typical lobby. It'll jump into the game. But instead, in true Blue Peter fashion, instead of watching me play a game right now, we'll jump into one that I prepared earlier, and I'll just let you watch me play instead of listening to me try and shoot things and talk at the same time. We'll just go into a match that's been pre-recorded. But that's Loadout.
3, 2, 1.
The enemy has stolen the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has dropped the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. The enemy has captured the hammer. The opposing team's hammer has been returned. You have taken the hammer. Successful hammer kill. Your hammer value has increased. Successful hammer kill. Your hammer value has increased. You have successfully captured the hammer. The enemy has stolen the hammer. You have been smashed by the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has dropped the hammer. The enemy has captured the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has dropped the hammer. The opposing team's hammer has been returned. The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has dropped the hammer. Your hammer has been returned. The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has stolen the hammer. You have returned the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has dropped the hammer. The opposing team's hammer has been returned. The enemy has stolen the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has dropped the hammer. The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has captured the hammer. The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has... Your hammer has been returned. Your team has taken the hammer. The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has dropped the... You have returned the hammer. Your team has captured the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has dropped the opposing team's hammer has been returned. stolen the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. The enemy has dropped the hammer. Your team has dropped the hammer. Your hammer has been returned. Your team has taken the hammer. The enemy has stolen the hammer.